Hey everyone, it's Andy Zitzmann, founder of the GAMETIME Movement, where I'm on a mission to helping you and 1 million other people step up your game. In this short 3 to 5 minutes every day, I'm going to provide you with inspiration, motivation, and empowering information so that you can wake up, have a little pick-me-up, get fired up so that you step up on a daily basis. So get ready, because it's time, it's your time, it's game time. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Andy Zitzmann and welcome back to today's show. Today we're continuing down the series. That's right, 5. Where will you be 5 years from today? What a powerful question. What a powerful experience and journey we're going through this week. And if you haven't heard all the shows since last Friday, go check it out. This book is amazing. You can go to www.gametimemovement.com/podcast. And in the show notes, I'll have a link just for this book. You want your 2015 to rock. You want to end the year and then start the year on a huge positive note. Go get this book and check it out. It is amazing. And so yesterday, we talked about dreams and goals. We talked about setting that one big goal that we've given up on and writing it down, and then writing down 10 ways that we can get started and start creating some momentum. And I'm going through the book, and I came across a quote from Christopher Reeve. Now, we all remember Christopher Reeve. He was Superman. Now, this guy, right, he experienced some traumatic events later in life where he was paralyzed and ultimately passed away. He's no longer with us. But what he says, and his life, just it being that he was Superman, and the fact that he had a deal with being paralyzed, is such an amazing thing. And he had this great quote. He says, "So many of our dreams at first seem impossible, then seem improbable, and then when we summon the will, they soon seem inevitable." So it goes from impossible to improbable to then, with some willpower, to all that is possible. Inevitable is what Christopher Reeve says. And so, I want to talk to you about this dream, this goal, this big thing that you chose yesterday, and you wrote down some ways. There's a very simple way that you can start to achieve big things in life. I talked about a book that I was reading, The Slight Edge, and it's about doing just the little things each and every day so that when you do the little things, they all add up and become one big thing. Well, there's an author, Joseph Heller, and he wrote a book called Catch-22. And I don't know if you know the book or not, but essentially how he wrote that was by chunking his time. He would wake up each and every morning and spend at least an hour, if not 2, writing his book. And then he would go off and do his day job, or he'd go off and do other things. But he just committed to 1 or 2 hours a day, 1 or 2 hours a day. He chunked it. He wrote no matter what, no matter how he was feeling, no matter what was going on in his life, he would just write for 1 to 2 hours a day. And ultimately, he got to the point where he finished his book, Catch-22. And, his whole message is just chunk it. So I like to say something that maybe you can remember and make it a little bit more fun. But you have a dream or a goal. You can either sunk it or you can get started and chunk it. Sunk it or chunk it. Chunk your time. Just make some time and chunk it to that one goal, dream, or desire that you're working on. Chunk some time, 1 to 2 hours a day. And remember this nice little quote as well. He says this: "The sum total of a lot of little effort isn't a little." The sum total of a lot of little effort isn't that little. So where will you be 5 years from today if you take the time to not only write down that goal, but then chunk your time? Don't sunk it, your goal. Chunk it. Don't sunk it, chunk it. And I like to say this too: batch it, don't scratch it. Batch your time, chunk your time. Don't scratch it, don't sunk it. Because here's the thing: as long as you make forward movement each and every day, no matter how small, you will ultimately get to where you're supposed to be. It's time, it's your time to not sunk it and to chunk it. It's game time. Hey, thanks for tuning in today, and thanks for stepping up your game. Here's what you can do to spread the movement. Go to GAMETIMEMovement.com and be sure to share your game time moment of the day, your GMOTD, so that others will feel compelled to share their game time moments too. And if you haven't already, subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher Radio, and please be so kind to leave a rating and review so that we can reach 1 million people and encourage them to step up their game too. This is Andy Zitzmann reminding you it's your time, it's game time. Till next time.